It's Black History Month, everybody. So naturally, Nico was late.
Yep. Wait. What?
That's why we waited until February 19th to do this episode too. Aquarian Anarchy is back at it again. Marcus is not feeling well, so he won't be with us tonight. But we're going to send our prayers up for Marcus, and he'll be right back at it again next week. Mm-hmm. Aquarian Anarchy, back at it again. Let's go. And see, when one of us is missing, something always goes haywire. So I don't have the quote. So the quote for this week is going to be
master your mind.
Remember to take your apex and your flow. Shout out to Men of Order.
Don't let the master control your mind. Master your mind. Okay.
That's right. Nico.
Yo.
Happy Black History Month, man.
Thank you. I would like to dedicate this month to being Black. You know, not too many chances we get to celebrate this, but you know, we here.
That's right. So look, see, I wore this is the only black sweatshirt that I have.
East Atlanta.
On the East Atlanta Love Letter tour. Shout out to, he spells it with a 6, but still, it's black. If you don't believe me, like, look, I can show you the back of it. My headphones gonna come out, but see, look, it's got
Black 6 Lack or whatever. However you pronounce his name.
I came prepared. Well, shit. Well, we're just gonna have to do this way. I don't feel like running it back through my sweatshirt. But anyway, no. So well, we actually went to see him live. It was a good show over in New Orleans. But that was some 2018 era stuff.
Wait, so I have a question. Does every state have its own like little thing that they do for Black History Month, or is it just like something we celebrate? So like, granted, you're not Black and you're not really like privy to like the things that that would be like going on, but do you think that there would be like a like some kind of festival or presentation or something like that?
There's stuff in New Orleans, and then like there's like with the different, because there's a few HBCUs in Louisiana, and so everywhere you go like that. But I will say this, like I do remember when I was in Birmingham at that basketball tournament for my boys last year, I did have a girl give me a Juneteenth pencil. I was like, this is like some reverse reparations.
I remember you telling us about that.
Why are you giving me a present on Juneteenth? Like, I feel like I'd be giving you. Oh well, I don't know. But then it just comes off weird. Like, is it appropriate for me to give you the Juneteenth pencil, or is it appropriations for me to give you the Juneteenth pencil? I don't know. But so it's interesting that you say that though, because I was actually thinking about this, and as much as like Marcus and I tend to dominate the conversation on these shows, I felt like this was a really good opportunity to just dig into your mind and your your perspective on this stuff, because I didn't grow up as a Black man in America.
I mean, it's from my perspective, I don't have a skewed and like limited view, but my view is only limited due to my life experiences. So I mean, I was a suburban kid for the most part, but I grew up in the hood when I was a shorty. And you know, that's the best time to be in the hood. Your developmental years, everything gets corrupted like perfectly. And then but I got to see the side of like a ghetto half of like Black America, and then like the uppity half of Black America. And then like getting older, realizing, oh, maybe you don't want to try and be cool and try and be a part of the ghetto half, if you will. You would probably want to do sound white, if you will. Like, apparently we sound white when we're proper, and it's the craziest shit ever. I was told that I sound white by my cousins a few times.
Really?
Like, yeah. Oh my God. Like, because I talk properly, and then like I use a little slang every here and there, but it's not like the ingrained slang that they used in their hoods. So like,
what's crazy about that though, is that you go into like the rural, like country, like I don't know, redneckish areas of like white America, and it's the same.
It's the
Like
same thing.
it's the same. Like the words are the same. Like the slang and the cutoffs, the truncation of words and stuff like that. Like the little
Also, how they
abbreviations.
carry themselves. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily the same of black people and white people act the same, but like in the manner of how they carry themselves and like those like down south, like dirty down south, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like the similar representation. Yeah, I mean, but I think it's also from like the scarcity mindset as well. Like they would act like that, or
I was just thinking about like the dialect. Like it's nothing for me to hear some of like my, rural redneckish white family or friends or people I work with or anything like that say some shit like ain't no way I'm gonna do that. Like, and that's just like that's how they grew up talking. Like, is what it is, and so it's it might come with a different accent. Like it got more of a twang to it and everything, but it's kind of that same thing. Well, so dig in a little bit. I wanna get into
how my perception on like the month.
Yeah, like what was all right. So I'll be perfectly honest. Growing up as a white kid in America, and Black History Month becomes a thing.
Wait, so it became a thing in like you growing
I think that was
up?
Reagan. I think it was Reagan that. Let me look that up. Actually, I think it was Reagan. It may have been before him. I'm not sure. Hang on just a second.
That's weird though. That is really weird. Like you living life, and then all of a sudden you're subjugated to black people get a whole month to themselves now. Like,
well, and so like naturally, if you're not okay, 1976. So it was. Wait. Hang on. Okay, no. All right, so that was Carter G. Woodson. I'm trying to see where like it was a national holiday. Let me see. Let me do that. I feel bad for not
knowing this.
Yeah, like not being able to like just pop it off. Right.
I mean, but
okay, like, it was Gerald Ford. All right, it was Gerald Ford in 1976.
But like the thing is that it's not wrong of you not to know this because
I was 2.
I mean, see, but like, so for example, your parents. How the hell would it like your parents feel, even though they like aren't ingrained in like being prejudice and like
well, I don't know, like maybe there might have been a little bit of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Because that's
we all got our skeletons, and I got I love my parents, but like they grew up they had parents who were my grandfather, my mom's dad, like threw the N-word around like it was like he was
saying baseballs to toddlers. There you go, little man.
Bro, look, and I remember one time we were watching a baseball game or something like that, and he was talking about how come like he was talking about like black quarterbacks, and that's why there's none. And I'm like, well, that's not really why there's none. Like
I was complaining about black quarterbacks.
Well, no, he was saying like there's a reason why there aren't any black quarterbacks, and it was like this. It was like this intelligence thing or something like that. That he was like his, and so then he started saying something about like pitchers and catchers in baseball too, and everything. And I was like, no, because what about this guy, this guy, this guy? I start rattling off, but everybody I was rattling off was like Dominican or Cuban or something like that. And he's like, that don't count. They're not real. And then he said that
they're not real niggas.
So he was part of the diaspora war even back then.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, so like so that kind of stuff went down, and I'm just and I'm sitting there. I don't know where it came from. Like my dad was my mom and dad were both pretty cool, but like it's hard to grow up in that stuff and to not at least like
pick up some way or something.
When somebody just comes out with like, all right, starting now, every February is going to be Black History Month.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, what the hell? Why is it just history?
Let me tell you, when Stop the Asian Hate popped up and about.
Same kind of thing, right?
It's the same concept. It's like, bro, they aren't the majority. How are we hating on them? It was just one case.
Right. Well, the other thing is too, it's like so much of that stuff is funny because like you go into certain neighborhoods and everything, and like
Uh-huh.
the racism the other way is crazy.
Man, actually, I'm convinced. Sorry, not to be like racist or anything, but I honestly think Asian people are more racist than black or like white people. Going to like a Chinatown or go to a nail salon. If you ever been to a nail salon, they talk the shittiest shit about shit on the person that they're taking care of. Like, okay, you can speak your language, but I know you're talking shit about me.
Do you remember in 2020 when the whole magic virus was going around and they had Chinese establishments in Africa, and they were temp gun checking the black people, the Africans, and they weren't temp checking the Chinese.
Yes.
Like, damn, okay. Like, it doesn't matter if you're sick or not. You're Asian.
You're black.
Come on, but you I'm scared because you're black. You might be sick, and you might be worse sick than anyway. It's just that kind of stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So from my perspective, it was kind of like a new thing, and it because even though it started in 76, I was 2. It didn't really become like a real thing where like you heard about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably until the 80s is when it really, you know what I mean?
What was happening? What happened in the 80s for it to be sparked?
I'm just saying, like, it takes time. Like, you can say, like, hey, from now on, Black History Month.
No, I mean, like,
the rollout. I'm saying the rollout of like having like events and having like and then there was like you had the Miss Black America pageant.
That's what I was talking about.
That came, and it was like, why do they need to have that there? There's black people in the Miss America pageant. It's like, well, yeah, but there's also like for a while there wasn't, and so they started their own thing. And B, even though there is that avenue now, it's still worth to me preserving the what was there. So that was my perspective on that stuff and kind of what the realm that I grew up in around that. What was it like for you growing up with that? Because for us, it was just kind of like for me, all right, yes, this is a thing now, I guess.
But like it's the same instance where like since you grew up with it being built up, I grew up with it being already built. So me being in school, it's like another thing where we started learning like more about black people and stuff like that. But like it wasn't anything that like we did celebrate the Martin Luther Kings, but all schools' history is bullshit because they're gonna hide like the real information about black people that they needed to give us. Instead, they would have probably revisited people who freed us from the quote unquote slavery or like they give us people who are big revolutionary leaders in the civil rights era. They didn't really it was really a degrading period in school in my perspective now, because all they did was show us heroes of like a dark period for us. Like, cool, I appreciate us seeing these certain heroes, but all we know about is just us being your fucking footstools.
Yeah, can we talk about the people who invented shit? Or
and so like there's few of that
a building or something,
This shit now, this Black History shit now, bro, is disgusting. How you see like all on TikTok and Twitter where it's like black people are acting like white people are slaves and shit like that, and then like the role reverse, and I'm like, or no, it was worse because I think it was last year or something where it was like Happy Black History Month, and this girl was with the white man and she said something about slavery, and I'm like, what are we coming to now, bro? Yeah. Like, I understand that you can make your dark jokes and all that, but be cognitive of like where you're placing them. The group chat, cool. Keep that shit in the group chat.
In the group chat, right?
But to like expose it to the world to show you that you have little to no sympathy or little to no care about a situation that has a lot of ramifications on how this state is right now, like you can't just be dismissive.
Right. Well, so the other thing I wanted to get from you too is like, so yeah, there was the stuff with school and the stuff that you saw in the media and now on social media and everything. But also I'm curious as to like because like it's just interesting coming from the perspective of like being a white dude growing up in the, the predominantly, whitewashed American culture growing up and everything. we didn't sit around and like talk about like, oh, well, now do you know about this guy who did this? Do you know about this woman who did this?
Yeah.
Like, did your family, did y'all have like your own little
Hearings,
kind of
if you
history
will.
lessons and stuff like that in the home?
Only with
To
my
preserve some of
mama,
that?
but the thing is it wasn't even Black culture. When I
Mhm.
was with my dad, he wasn't even the only real history lessons I've gotten was from my aunt, and it was more so about Chicago history and
Mm.
fucking Haitian history. Haitians have a prevalent history in Chicago, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like I've learned more so about Haitian history and Haitian independence. I've heard more things about Haitian and Haitian independence and our Flag Day more than about Black History Month, and like more things. It's one day opposed to a whole month, and like Black people just act ignorant to this month. Oh, it's a month dedicated to us, so let's just it's Black History Month. I can get it. No, you can't. It's like,
hey, look, and shout out! It's a leap year this year, so y'all get an extra day. It's still the shortest month, but it's a little bit longer.
Wait, leap years are every 4 years, right?
Yeah, every 4 years. Yeah.
So it's every leap year is every candidate or every presidency like election.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It was. It's a really like weird space where Black History Month is now, because you give somebody an inch and they take a whole fucking mile.
White people winning the dunk contest and.
Yeah, it's Black History Month. Black people get offended if we lose anything to any other race.
Yeah, what was it like a few years ago when Tyson Fury knocked out Deontay Wilder?
Yeah,
and it was just like, damn, man, this is the worst. This is off to a very rough start. Oh shoot!
And it's like we add so much credence and pressure to it because of Black History Month that we can't be humans anymore. Like we have to be perfect, or we can act completely ignorant and belligerent.
Well, the other thing that I saw is that what they started doing. So there are a lot of companies that do this, but like the one that really jumped out to me, I got an email from Best Buy a few years back, and it was like, bro, it was like Black History Month highlighting, different. It was like different Black folks who worked for Best Buy in different roles or whatever. Okay. I'm not joking. Like at least half of them were gay. And there was a couple of switcheroos in there too. Jeez. And so it's just like, damn, man, like
diversity.
We got to shoehorn
diversity. Huh? No, we put up Black people. We put up all the Black people that we want you to see.
Right.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like we're way too divided as like a culture, and like this month, like. And there's a reason why it's in February instead of like if you had it in like August or like June or any like warm month, Black people would be acting a fool, and we'd probably get closer.
No, like low key, it should be June. Like if you're gonna have Juneteenth, like it should just be June.
It should be June, but
and then we follow it right back up after shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson with White History Month in July.
Absolutely, I think that would be a great way to throw in tandem.
But back to what we were talking about just a second ago. You know who already took over June?
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing. I think every day of the month or every month is going to accumulate some kind of ideology behind it. Yeah. Because the way it's going, we're going to start because we're adding so many more holidays. They're actually like life itself is changing. We're removing like historical figures and statues and getting rid of our past. And now we're recreating everything and adding like new months, new days, and all these other things to distract us from what our fluent history is. They're chopping it up.
Yeah, a lot of revisionist history going on right now. Absolutely.
And so that's another thing I think Black people should do. Instead of like, also, yes, we need to have like a week of where we revisit all of our historical achievements. But the other 2 weeks should be Black people getting together and building shit. Like that would be the only way for this month to be actually credible, opposed to us just saying, oh, it's Black History Month. Let's celebrate one person, another person, another person. It's good to venerate people who have passed away, but I believe that it should be something of a building period. It shouldn't be something that should be separated and stagnated to just stagnated at revenerating.
That's a good let's say it could be like the first half of the month could be focused on history, and then the second half could be focused on making history.
Exactly.
And then there it is. Like
yes.
the next generation of history makers.
But instead what we do is we do this simple shit where we're on TikTok, here to offend people with a fucking collar around our neck. And like, don't get me wrong. Each generation gets more fucked up. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Each generation gets more and more messed up little by little with the things that they're being indoctrinated into and what our perception of reality is. Yeah. So it would be difficult granted, I'm a young man and a black man that can start spearheading something such as this. Yeah, it could be already in the works. We're already in Hotep Nation.
Yeah.
It don't take nothing but, grabbing a few of our key figures that have prevalent voices and being like, hey, we revised or revisited our history and we filled out the dots. Let's take off from here. Let's take off from here. Or that would be even better. Instead of retelling our history, let's figure out the history they didn't tell us.
Well, that's one of the things. If you follow Hotep Dodub's, the president of Hotep Nation, that's what he does. He's all about this, like, I don't know, either hidden or forbidden or discovered history that this stuff that kind of gets buried or gets maybe doesn't necessarily gets buried, but it gets ignored. I think
it gets dismissed
because it's there. It's not like you may have to go dig because it's not brought to the forefront very much. Yeah. But it's not like it's buried and isolated somewhere. It's just not very very often spoken about.
It's not a popular topic that is discussed. And I think that there should be a lot more implementations on just black families, and not just black families, because we could do the role reverse for you guys. Like us establishing July as being a White History Month, we would be able. Look, bro.
It's just a joke because Jesse Peterson said that.
I would wholeheartedly attribute that to you guys. Like, if we're gonna do this game, fuck it. Everybody gets their whole month. Let's play this game. Let's play this game so nobody feels left out, because apparently participation trophies is what's running this world now.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna have everybody participate, let's have everybody in congruence in making things better, opposed to, damn, you fuckers got a month and y'all still degrading us.
Right.
Okay, all right. If I get to take shots, you can too. So go ahead, do it in your month. But like, give balance to the equation, opposed to it being top-sided or top-heavy.
Interesting. I like it. Well, so have you noticed, like, it's election season, so
there's been a lot more black.
They didn't necessarily have to wait for Black History Month for this to happen, but it seems to be like the level of intensity of the reactions seems to be higher in Black History Month in February.
Period.
But it's election season, so there's naturally you're gonna have the police brutality videos, and then you're gonna have the black people beating up white people videos. And the best part about it is that no one bothers to check to see when these videos actually happened.
Yep.
And so they might bring up some shit that's 12 years old or 5 years old or whatever and just rerun it, rehash it.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is you'll get the same reaction out of both sides. It's going to be
because black people are very, very emotional people. I'm not taking that away from anybody else saying they are.
White people are too. I'm telling you.
I'm not taking it away from
them. They'll go cape for the cops, or they'll go share the black kid beating up a white kid in the grocery store thing.
I think it's a little bit more triggering though this month.
Oh yeah.
So like they would do something in the month where black people are supposed to quote unquote be together. Okay, let's give them a reason to be together, but be together in hate or be together in rage.
Be together in trauma. Yeah. Right.
You guys aren't still traumatized. Here's a little bit more. Yeah.
Like y'all were about to try to build and like uplift each other, but instead, here's some fear porn.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And that's, I mean, but that's the best way to like keep us in the situation of celebrating Black History Month like we've been doing it for the past how many decades?
Yeah. Well, the thing that's the most disappointing too is to watch white conservatives not recognize that like there's some like super allies that they could have in actually advancing getting the state's boot off of all of our throats.
Mm-hmm.
If they just stopped like falling for these traps and
I mean, but it's
making these blanket statements about people based on some video that they saw one time or whatever. Like,
hey, sometimes you people won't allow themselves to experience something outside of themselves. Like that's just genuinely how it is. After they've had that bad taste, and especially if they're in a congregated area where all the people have the same kind of ideology, you're not going to want to. Now you have the exposure to it due to your cell phone, and if you want to go looking, but who the hell is going to go looking to somebody because all it does is if I see something where like a black guy is getting beat by a white man or by a police officer, the only ideology I would think about is, oh, here we go, playing with the system again. It's going to be another one of those same kind of dialogue, same fucking song. It's going to be the same song being sung.
Yeah. Now, what do you think happens when the OpenAI text to video service gets amplified to the point where you can just type in some police brutality or some other kind of something, and then it's just like it's going to generate timeline will run wild with fake videos.
It's happening. Deep fakes have been happening for a long time. Now it's a lot easier and accessible for the populace. But unfortunately for the populaces, majority of them are fucking ignoramuses. Like a lot of them don't have the common sense to try and be like, hold on, wait, I know I'm seeing something, but my mom always told me, don't trust everything you see on the internet.
Yeah.
It takes for a person to have a sound set of reasoning or deduction or like deducing skills to be like, maybe this isn't something that has actually happened. Or maybe this isn't the story that's being purported. They're only going to give me clips. What was it? You remember seeing, have you ever seen any of the live action Scooby-Doo movies?
Yeah.
Remember when Fred was getting caught by the reporter, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do an interview with you because you're going to probably ruin my words and say, I'm going to say something like Coolsville sucks. Wait, don't copy that. And then he turns around and gets posted, and he's like, oh, we got a word from Fred. Coolsville sucks.
Yeah.
So like, it's how they play with the dialogue and how they can play with the dialogue. People are going to get caught on that because nobody knows how to distinguish reality from falsified reality.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a VR set on at this point.
Well, and it's a lot of times it's just there's something lacking in us that will cause us to go looking for something somewhere that it's not. And so that's how we end up. That's why it's so easy to fall for some of these traps is because you're looking for something and there are plenty of people who are willing to give you a very believable counterfeit of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And so you're going to find it.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, it's convenient. Somebody gave you a story. It's convenient. I can run with this story.
Well, the grifters run so rampant too. Like, man, they're just like chomping at the bit for a chance to like
anything.
I saw there's something with Tariq Nasheed posted something about John Schneider talking about country music and all this stuff, and it's just like, man, it's if that's your game, that like your brand is, then all you're going to be doing is you're searching for. Let me see if somebody said something.
Yeah,
and same thing with like Charlie Kirk, like a month ago or so, whenever it was, where he's talking about a black pilot. If he gets on a plane and the pilot's black, he's like, I hope he's qualified. I'm like, oh my God, you did not just say that out loud. Holy crap. Like but that's because you have people who like, they have a certain mindset already going into everything, and their predisposition, their prejudice is dictating to them how the lens that they see things through.
They allow them
so he's going to see something and he's just going to think like, oh, I know that my audience, and it's a feedback loop, right? Because like the audience eats up that stuff.
It's drama. Motherfuckers love drama.
Exactly. So the audience eats that stuff up. So then naturally you feed it to them, and it's just this like dependency loop of like addiction almost, where
it's their dopamine hits.
He becomes the drug dealer. Yeah, exactly.
It's their little dopamine hits, and they're like, "Oh wow, like what other bullshit can I see? Like what more in this story? What more in this story can you feed me to like?
You got any more than racist takes?
Yeah, it's wild though. But like it's the same thing. And I promise you, if we were to put up a view counter of like all the crazy stories, it would match the same amount of views as reality TV show, if not.
Yeah.
Everybody just cares about something that doesn't concern them. That's what I think that is.
No, I'm with you on that. I had to shut that computer down. I think that my old computer that I used to stream on, I think
she's running out.
Yeah, it just it just does this thing where like it'll randomly just be like, all right, I stopped now.
It would freeze.
And everything just freezes up, and I can't do anything. So it's like, all right, well, never mind.
I mean, how long have you had it?
It's a 2015, and I got it in 2018. So I mean, it's had a little run. It's almost 10 years old. So
wait, what?
Well, okay then.
Wait, what?
You found.
Whoa, wait, is that a troll statement?
I don't know, man.
And the name doesn't work.
Wow. All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
How do you know that America was once a white Christian nation? How do you know that for a fact? Because you were given history telling you that, but what makes you think that it wasn't a black Christian nation? Huh? Oh, wait.
Well, and
everybody's an immigrant over here, okay?
Right.
Hold yourself. Right. Hold yourself.
And mind you, the original founders were illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Doesn't that technically make y'all all illegal?
Forget that.
Isn't that a technicality making all y'all illegal? Because y'all created.
Yeah, well, no, because once you're born here, you're naturalized. Because so that's why they have the whole thing of like anchor babies and stuff, where like if a woman can come over from Mexico or something, and then if she's pregnant when she crosses the border, doesn't matter. If she has the baby on the other side of the border, boom, baby's a citizen, and then she like gets kind of, grandfathered. She gets grandfathered in because you can't separate them.
Wouldn't she need a green card though? Like some kind of visa?
I don't know. This is not my specialty because I don't. I'm one of the, I believe in like freedom of movement and all that good stuff. So
that is dumb.
And I think a lot of this stuff is kind of
that is really dumb.
A nard to get people riled up. But that's pretty funny that someone, I guess they searched on YouTube for Black History Month, and it's exactly like what we were talking about before with like Tariq Nasheed and Charlie Kirk, where it's like. Let me see if I can get mad about something.
I think they watched what we just
get mad about this.
Watched what we just said and it said, let's try this.
And it's like to call yourself Christ brings a sword.
And then you say some shit like that.
It's like, all right, man.
Is that Christ-like? Like, how did we get here?
It's a different Christ from now, I will say, like there's a We have to be careful. Like this isn't something where you just like where anything goes and you just endorse anything and everything's okay or anything like that. But I definitely don't think that like this this idea of like racial purity is the sort of thing that would be coming from Christ.
It's not something that Jesus hung out with a lot of kinfolk. Okay. So, like, you can't just, like, automatically assume that since they're black and some of them don't believe, or since they're a person of color and then they don't believe in specifically your God or they don't believe in a God, doesn't make it, like, an impure place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's whatever. It's Mixed race atheist sewer. Interesting. Okay.
That was neat.
Anyway.
That was.
I mean, it was just like we're just sitting here having some fun, you know.
Yeah.
I started the show off with some racism, and
you have to bring
that wasn't enough apparently for this dude, because he came in off the top rope like Superfly Snuka. No, catch this bow. Bah!
Well,
like,
hey, I wonder how many like this is not the first page he's done that. I think how many like
I know, right? Like how many times is this same comment spammed? Like we're very sensitive. We're laughing. We're laughing the whole time. We're not sensitive at all.
No, that was just funny as fuck.
We're having fun enjoying ourselves.
If you didn't see us laughing, I don't know where you find sensitivity in that. I'm sensitive to jokes like that.
Oh man,
that's it. My stomach. No, I was just trying. I guess we were being sensitive and trying to make sense of what he
where
said.
the black man hurt you. What? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Nico?
I guess us making sense of it made it seem like we were being sensitive, but
I guess maybe I don't know. It's very funny.
You know, Chad's called me a nigga before. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait, so is that the
after the machete people come for you? I'm Haitian. People. We are the machete people.
I got a machete too, man. Like I got one. I might go get it right now and bring it out. I don't know if I can brandish it on the air, but I got my own.
Don't flag your machete.
Pull it out the sheath. Because that keeps it sharp. But anyway, no,
I think all in all,
welcome to the show. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe.
Right.
For whatever reason you might want to like, share, and subscribe.
Hey, actually,
we appreciate it.
You might as well just cop you some Master Focus, or Flow.
Right.
Some Flow.
Speaking of which,
go ahead.
Now a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick? They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.
Yeah, you need to get some Flow, some Apex. There's some very, I don't know, beta freightiness in there that I sense.
Hey, I appreciate that work you did for that commercial was fire, bro. The work you did, the work you put in.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the first time you sent it, I saw the when he had the employee.
Oh, on the employee of the month, yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I'm like, I don't think people will notice. You know, it's a quick clip.
And then I fixed it.
Yeah, but then you fixed it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, go get you some Flow. You know, men of order. It's a black man owned brand.
The black owned company.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not 100% black owned, but it's
partially
majority black owned.
Yeah.
And our first employee was a black man. So yeah.
I'm that black man.
Yeah, that's right. So shout out to that. You know, there's not a whole lot of companies that can say that in Black History Month these days in America, because one thing that we have noticed is that, and this is one of those things that gets brushed under the rug a lot of times, but like the whole affirmative action thing, people just assume on in one particular demographic, assume that it just helps black people, and actually the primary beneficiary of affirmative action was who, Nico?
It was a white man.
White women.
Oh, right.
White women.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. White men. No, not white men. Definitely not
white women.
Men. But white women, yes. Because then it's like, look, all it says is women or non-white men. Just non-white men. That's all it has to be. That's it. So, look, I'll kiss mine too. There we go. Look, I can do it too.
I have a white cuticle on my nail.
A white cuticle. Oh shit, man. Oh man.
But, I mean,
listen, just stick around whenever I beg you to come back for July, because July is White History Month, and we're gonna dig into that. Shout out.
Hey, I'll fuck around and send you a T-shirt. I have Marcus make up Happy White History and send you a T-shirt.
White History Month.
Hey, I'm dead ass. If you stick around that long, I promise you, I'll send you all year.
Right.
I'll send you gear for the free.
You just have to post your address in the chat. Shit. I'm not gonna send the machete people after you. That was just a joke. Where it's all jokes here, people. Just having fun. But all right, so Nico, one last little ring around the rosy with this whole Black History Month thing. Do you think that it was intentional that they made it February?
Yes.
Because two reasons. Yes. Number one, it's cold as shit and Black people don't want to be outside. No. And number two, it's the shortest month.
So, yes, it's the shortest month. And I went into my book about it. It was with Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar when they decided to make their days.
Oh, yeah, the Julian calendar.
Months. So they took away a day, and it's supposed to be an extra month. If you were to actually incorporate an extra month into it, every day would be every month would start on Monday, and every month would have 28 days.
28 days, right.
So
yeah, the calendar is where it switched.
It goes back into what I was saying is that there are 11 months for bro. It's Asian people, Hispanic people. There's everybody gets a month.
You gotta rewind. We have a month for everybody.
Fuck, what was I saying?
And speaking of which, we have our own month in June, and it's not the month that you think it is. It's where is it? Do I have the? I don't have the little overlay anymore. Anyway, June is Strong Dad June.
Strong Dad June. Absolutely.
Don't do the other thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But no. I think. And going back earlier into the show, I was saying
this will do for that. It's that. Yeah. We don't do that for June. It's Strong Dad June instead. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, all I was saying is that so yes, I believe it was on purpose. I'm saying if you give Black people a warm month, it would be nothing but fucking barbecues every day. Black people outside every day doing some shit, like absolutely doing something. And I think that's where the fall of the camaraderie in communities, because you don't see a lot of, like, have you guys ever had a block party like when you were younger?
Yeah.
But it would be a block party every week. Every week. Black people would be a lot closer. What is white power?
Oh shit! I need my Unc drop. Where he goes, where Unc is like, stay Black, stay strong, stay white, stay strong. Oh shoot, man! Oh, this is too much.
This is hilarious. And the fact is, it's the Black History Month. Asking for a friend. Well, can you send him over here? We'll give him a white power headband too. We have to make appeasement. We have to, build the bridges.
Right. Oh, goodness.
Build the bridges for instances like this. So yes, it was. But I mean, yeah, no, you can't have Black people out in the summertime because we'd be acting a fool. And the government wouldn't like that.
But what about the shortest month? Because I think that was intentional on
Well, it's the fact that we actually got a whole month. I can't get mad at that. They could have had it for a day.
Well, that's true.
They could have had it for 2 weeks, but the fact they gave us a whole month, it's fuck-wittable, but it's not respectable.
I'm just saying, like it's like it was like, all right, what month? Let's go with February. February, that's a good one. Because I think if you go February, it's like, even if it's not like intentionally to like make it the shortest month, it's just like Yeah, but we'll make them think it was the shortest month on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it's just another tool. Because I think I always zoom back out, right? To it's not just about the flesh and blood.
Right.
It's who's directing the flesh and blood.
Absolutely.
And what kind of whispers are they gonna put in their ears? Because the powers and principalities that direct the flesh and blood, right? They're always going to look for, all right, what's the best way we can continue to foment division?
Right.
And so that's where a lot of this stuff comes from.
That's true. That's true. It was, everything is planned. Everything is methodical, especially from up top.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they didn't do this shit on a whim. They said, even though it's the shortest month, we can give it to them. Because to be honest, they can't give us December.
Right.
They can't give us January.
That's Christmas. And Thanksgiving is November, so you can't do November.
They said instead of giving them their acres and a mule, let's give them a holiday. Let's give them a month of holidays, if you will.
And October became breast cancer month. And then you got your different little, and then what is it? Yeah, we already said White People Month is July. It's a whole thing. Jesse Lee Peterson did a whole thing where he has declared July White History Month. Why? Because it feels white. It's vacation time. It's relaxing time. It just feels white.
February isn't a ripoff to Black people because of Valentine's Day. June is a ripoff to me because my birthday's in June and it gets given away by decorated people. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So, well, Nico, happy Black History Month.
Thank you.
I'm sorry we waited so long to celebrate it, but we're just trying to stay with the culture.
This is the theme.
You got to do it late. You got to get in. You got to wait until it's almost over, and then I saw somebody. Did you see Patriot J? So somebody said something about the NBA All-Star Game stuff, and it's like the NBA's got to get their shit together. Like this thing says it's supposed to start at 8. It's 8:42 and it still hadn't started yet or whatever. Like they've got to get it. These things have to start on time. And so Patriot J just posted a screenshot of like the Wikipedia thing that says like 70.4% of the NBA players are African American. He's like, it ain't ever happening, bro.
No.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
And Nico was late today, but it was partially my fault because I didn't send him the link. But it's also partially his fault because he still hasn't gotten his shit set up to where he can get without the link. But anyway.
Oh wait, well, I mean, after the show, we can set that up. So
we'll set it up.
Yeah.
Set it up. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good time on the show. I know Nico and I did, and I'm not sure. I think Christ comes with a sword, or what did he say? What's his name?
No, it's Christ brings a sword.
Brings a sword. Same thing. I think he had a good time, but I'm not certain. I hope he did. So.
Hey, no, dead ass, come back. Like,
yeah, for real.
Come back. Like, no harm, no foul. We know you're talking shit, but you're on the internet, bro. So it's like,
I mean, we live to talk shit, so it's all good.
Yeah. Come on through. Please do come through.
Yeah. All right. See, you had a good time. All right.
And bring some of your friends because I would love to laugh like that every episode.
No shit. Like I would, low key, like I almost feel like we should just have like a race war every show. That would be fun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like there was one, like it was really fun. They had a thing one time where like they had this, it was like a room full of like Indian dudes dancing or whatever. And all it did was somebody just posted, like quote tweeted it and said, "Man, I bet it smells crazy in there." And then it ignited a whole race war. Like, bro, it was like they had like they were posting like monkey videos and everything, and then all this, and then they're posting like deodorant videos on the other side. Everything. It was just like, to me, like I think it's funny, and I just think like as long as everybody's just going at each other,
I think everybody should have a good time.
If you're a real man, like that's how humor is.
We talk
you
shit.
just crack on each other.
Shit. We just talk
shit to each other.
Yeah,
like that's just how it is. So like let it fly. I wish they would just let
After
comedy
the
do
eclipse
comedy
on
again.
April 8th, the machete people will rule the streets.
Okay.
Okay. Are
We'll
you a
see.
machete person?
I don't even know who the machete people are. I guess
don't either.
it's talking about the people coming up from Venezuela or something.
I
don't
think
know.
so. I think so.
I don't know. Like we'll
I
see.
hope you know machetes don't win against ARs.
I speak Spanish, so I feel like I can talk my way out of it. I got
They're coming up
they're
from
coming
the
up from the
south.
south.
Yeah.
So,
I see what he's talking about.
yeah, that's all right. No, I mean, I don't live in fear, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I fear only God. So anyway, I hope y'all had a good time tonight. As always, let's send up our prayers again for Marcus. Hope he gets to feeling better soon, and then we'll see him next week. And as always, y'all don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe, and of course, stay free. Peace, y'all.